What's up, motherfucker?
Hold on, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good
because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist.
No,
just based off his look.
They're edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Thursday, February 24th, 2022. Got a big show planned today. We're going to talk NBA's back from the All-Star break, so we'll break down the NBA games, talk some college basketball, then we're going to talk UFC Fight Night this Saturday night. We'll go through that and break down the fights. We got a big show today. Before we get started, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Easy Money, a sports betting show. We're giving out winners. Come join us. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. Come join us for that. Always a great conversation. Also, you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. We also have a new pro wrestling podcast out, GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. It's a weekly podcast. New episodes drop every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We just dropped our 5th episode last Sunday. We had a special guest on it, pro wrestler, Big Whiskey Jared Kripke joined us for a great conversation. We talk AEW, WWE, NXT, Impact, independent wrestling. Go check it out. We're gonna have a big, another big episode dropping this Sunday at 9 a.m. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. And also, if you'd like to watch the video version of GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room, you can find it on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. And it drops there every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern as well. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post everything about our shows, whether it's our daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show, or it's interview announcements, or a big show that we're going to live stream, or just anything to do with the shows get posted on our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. We have a big show coming up this Sunday, the 27th Pro Wrestling show in Danville, Indiana, Warrior Pro Wrestling. It's going to be a great show. Doors open at 2, bell time is at 3. Warrior Pro Wrestling has another stacked card for Warrior Pro 6. So make sure if you are around Danville, Indiana, you come out and support them. If you can't get to Danville, Indiana, we have you covered. We will be streaming Warrior Pro Wrestling 6 live this Sunday, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube and Twitch channels at Gonzo Sports Room. So come join us for that. Check out our YouTube page at Gonzo Sports Room. We have a lot of content on there, whether you're a UFC fan, an NBA fan, a baseball fan, football fan. There's something on there for everybody, pro wrestling fan. So go check it out. Please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you get notifications of when we're live. We greatly appreciate it. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, please hit the follow and like buttons. We greatly appreciate that. Please share on all platforms. Help get our name out there a little more. We greatly appreciate your support. All right, let's get ready to jump into these games. We'll start in the NBA. This will be the first NBA games of the week. Coming out of the All-Star break. Yeah, the first games of the week coming out of the All-Star break. We'll start in the NBA, then we'll talk some college basketball, then we'll break down the UFC fight fights for this weekend, where you have Makachev against Bobby Green is the main event. UFC Fight Night prelims, I think, start at like 4 or 5. Main card starts at 7. We'll break down all that here in just a few. But first, let's jump right into the NBA. First game we have is the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Detroit Pistons. The Cavs are 6-point favorites on the road. They're a minus 240 on the money line. Detroit is plus 198 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 208.5. The Cavs are 35-23 on the season. They've lost 2 in a row going into the All-Star break. Karis LeVert, Garland are both out tonight, and Markkanen is questionable. The Pistons are 13-45 on the season. They were 1-8 in their last 9 games before the All-Star break. They have split the season series with the Cavs. I'll lean toward the Pistons here at the +6, and that's mainly because Cleveland's going to have LeVert and Garland out, and could maybe have Markkanen out. So I'll lean toward the Pistons at the +6 here. I'll lean toward the under the 208.5. All right, next game we have is the Boston Celtics at the Brooklyn Nets. The Celtics are 9-point favorites on the road. They're a minus 420 on the money line. The Nets are plus 330 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 214.5. The Celtics are 34-26 on the season. They've won 5 in a row on the road. So they've been they are a good road team. They beat the Nets by 35 points 2 weeks ago. I don't think they're going to beat them by 35 again tonight, but I do like the Celtics to win this game. The Nets are 31-28 on the season. Durant's out. Simmons is still not playing. Kyrie's out because it's a home game, so he can't play. The Nets were 2-12 in their last 14 games before the All-Star break. And they're 3-17 ATS their last 20 home games. I like the Celtics to win the game. I just think 9 points is a lot of points. I know the Celtics blew them out last time. That's another reason I don't think they're going to blow them out like that. So I would lean more toward the over the 214.5. I think the Celtics win this game. I'm just not comfortable giving up the 9 points. Next game we have is the Atlanta Hawks at the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are 3.5-point favorites at home. They're a minus 158 on the money line. The Hawks are plus 134 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 240. The Hawks are 28-30 on the season. Collins is still out. The Hawks struggle defensively, and they're 6-12 ATS as road dogs. So they haven't been good in this situation. They're a good offensive team, but they don't play much defense. And if Trae Young's having an off night, the Hawks are in trouble. The Bulls are 38-21. They were on a 5-game winning streak going into the All-Star break. They're 8-3 ATS their last 11 games. And the Bulls have won both meetings against Atlanta this season. I like the Bulls here at the minus 3.5. Next game we have is the Phoenix Suns at the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Suns are 10-point favorites on the road. They're a minus 550 on the money line. OKC Thunder is plus 410 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 218.5. Chris Paul's out for the Suns, but the Suns are getting Payne and Shamet back, so that'll help them at the point guard position. Much needed help at the point guard position with Paul being out. The Thunder are still without their best player, Gilchrist-Alexander, and Dort's going to be out as well. Thunder are 1-6 in their last 7 games. I like the Suns here. I just don't see the Thunder being able to keep up scoring wise with the Suns. I like the Suns at the minus 10. Next game we have is the Golden State Warriors at the Portland Trailblazers. The Warriors are 10-point favorites on the road. They're a minus 500 on the money line. Portland is plus 385 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 226.5. The Warriors are 42-17 on the season. The Blazers are 25-34. The Warriors were on a 2-game losing streak entering the All-Star break. Steph Curry hasn't been shooting the ball, actually having his worst shooting season of the year, but he's still been playing well enough and doing enough for the Warriors to keep winning. I think the Warriors get back in their winning ways tonight. The Blazers are out without Lillard. Excuse me. Without Lillard, they traded away McCollum. Nurkic is out for injury. I just don't see the Blazers being able to keep up with the Warriors at all tonight. I like the Warriors at the minus 10. And I would lean toward the under the 226.5. All right, that's all the NBA games. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think they added the game on me. All right, got one more game actually. The Memphis Grizzlies at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Grizzlies are 1.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 122 on the money line. The Timberwolves are plus 104 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 239.5. The Grizzlies are 41-19 on the season. They're second in the NBA in scoring. They've been better on the road than at home this season. They're 21-9 on the road. The Timberwolves are having a good season as well, especially here down the stretch going into the All-Star break. Karl Anthony Towns has been playing well. Timberwolves are 31-28 on the season. I like the Grizzlies here on the money line at the minus 122. I just think the Grizzlies are a more complete team and have a little more depth than what the Timberwolves do. And I like the under the 239.5 in that game as well. All right, that is all the NBA games for tonight. Let's move over to some NCAA basketball, and then we'll jump into the UFC. All right, we'll go through some of the games that I like for tonight. Tonight you have first game is Maryland at Indiana. Indiana is a 6.5-point favorite at home. They're minus 310 on the money line. Maryland is plus 245 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 135. I'm a big IU fan, and they have been better this year, but they still have too many moments where they turn the ball over or they just can't score the ball. I think IU beats Maryland here, 6.5. Man, I'm right on the fence here. I like Indiana at the 6.5, but I would wait a little bit later. I'd wait a little bit later, closer to game time. See if it doesn't drop down to maybe 6, and then I would really feel real good about it. But I like Indiana at 6.5. They're at home. They've had some success against Maryland this season, and I would lean toward the under the 135 in this game. All right. Other games in college basketball. One second, get the other ones pulled up. I like Indiana at the minus 6.5 over Maryland. Maryland they have a guy that can get hot, but they don't have a whole lot of depth. Okay. A lot of these some of these college games are smaller colleges that I really don't I'm not breaking down, and I have to find the ones. Are you kidding me? All right, here we go. Next game is the Arizona State at Colorado. Colorado is a 6-point favorite at home. They're minus 250 on the money line. Arizona State is plus 202 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 133 and a half. Arizona State is 10-16 on the season. They're good defensively. Their offense is ranked last in the Pac-12. They struggle offensively. Colorado is good defensively, and they have the better offense out of these two teams. I like Colorado here at the -6. Next game is Ohio State at Illinois. Ohio State is 17-7 on the season. They're good offensively. They play better at home than they do on the road. They've been struggling lately and have not scored more than 70 points in their last 5 games. Illinois is 19-7. They're the best defensive team in the Big Ten. Three of their final 4 games are at home. They're coming off a win over Michigan State. They're a half game behind Purdue in the Big Ten standings. I like Illinois here at the -6. And I would lean toward the under the 140 and a half. All right, next game we have is Gonzaga at San Francisco. Gonzaga is 23-2 on this. Gonzaga is a 10-point favorite. They're minus 520 on the money line. San Francisco is plus 385 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 158 and a half. Gonzaga is 23-2 on the season. They're 16. They have a 16-game win streak going. They're 8-2-1 ATS in conference play, 9-4 ATS against teams with a winning record. They're strong defensively. They beat San Francisco by 16 points earlier in the season, and they're the second most efficient offense in the country. San Francisco is 22-7 on the season. They're the second best team in the conference. They have the second best offense and defense in the conference. They're 6-10 ATS at home. They're 5-10 ATS against a team with a winning record. I like Gonzaga here at the -10. And I would lean toward the over the 158 and a half. Next game is Belmont at Murray State. Murray State's a 3-point favorite at home. They're minus 152 on the money line. Belmont is a plus 126 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 144 and a half. Belmont is 24-5 on the season. You have 2 of the best offensive players in the conference, but they struggle defensively. Murray State, and they're inconsistent on the offensive side of the ball. They don't have a lot of depth. Murray State is 26-2 on the season. They're 16-0 in conference play. They beat Belmont 82-60 back in January. Murray State plays good defense. They have they're good offensively as well. They're 11-0 straight up their last 11 games, and they're 8-2-1 ATS their last 11 games. I like Murray State here at the -3. All right, next game is UCLA at Oregon. UCLA is a 3-point favorite on the road. They're minus 154 on the money line. Oregon is plus 128 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 137. UCLA is 20-5. On the season. They're ranked 12th in the nation. Oregon beat UCLA in overtime back in January, and UCLA is on a 3-game winning streak. Oregon is 17-10. They've lost 3 of their last 4. They struggle rebounding the ball, and they're coming off a loss to Arizona. I like UCLA at the -3. All right. We have one more right here. Arizona at Utah. Arizona is a 10.5-point favorite on the road. They're a -600 on the money line. Utah is plus 430 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 150.5. Arizona is 24-2 on the season. They beat Utah by 18 points in January. Utah's 11-16. They're on a 2-game winning streak, and they're 4-13 in conference play. I like Arizona to win this game, but not enough to give up 10.5 points. And I would lean toward the under the 150.5 in this game. All right, that's all the college basketball games for today. Went through the NBA and went through college. I'll give out my picks of the day here at the end of the show. But next, we're going to move over. We're going to talk some UFC Fight Night. This Saturday night, main event is Makachev against Bobby Green. This is a pretty decent card, but we'll break this card down. And then I'll give out my official picks tomorrow. But we'll go ahead and talk some UFC here. All right. We'll start with the UFC prelims. Give me just 1 second. Let me get it. All right. All right. Talk about UFC Fight Night. Makachev against Bobby Green. We'll start with the prelims. All right, first fight we have is Carlos Hernandez against Victor Altamirano. Hernandez is a -142 favorite. Altamirano is a +116 underdog. Hernandez is 28 years old. This will be his UFC debut. He's 7-1. He won his last fight by split decision. He has 3 wins by decision, 4 wins by submission. Yeah, he has good pressure and pretty good high volume striking, and he has good grappling. Victor Altamirano is 31 years old. He's also making his UFC debut. He's 10-1. He has 5 wins by decision, 4 wins by submission. He won his last fight by split decision as well. He has a 3-inch reach advantage in this fight. His one loss is to Jared Brooks. And if anybody knows Jared Brooks is pretty damn good. He's also an Indiana guy. His takedown defense isn't very good. But he's great on his feet striking wise. He opened as a favorite. Now now they have him moved to an underdog. I like Victor Altamirano in this fight. Like I said, I'll give out my official picks on Friday, just that way if anything was to change. I like Victor Altamirano to win that fight. Next fight we have is Ramiz Ramal against Michael Gilmore. Ramiz is a -375 favorite. Gilmore is a +285 underdog. Rima is 9-4. He has good grappling. His cardio is questionable. He has 9 wins by submission. He won his last fight, or lost his last fight by unanimous decision to Court McGee. He's won all 9 of his fights by submission. So to me, it seems like if he don't get the guy down where he can get into a submission, he struggles. Michael Gilmore is 6-4. He has 3 wins by decision, 3 wins by knockout or TKO. His takedown defense is questionable as well. Or is questionable. Gilmore lost his last 2 fights. He has good striking. He lost his last fight by TKO to Andre Petrosky. Remember, Brahima does have decent does have good grappling. So I think that could be he's going to be a big part of this fight. I think Brahima is going to be able to take Gilmore down, and I think that's going to be the difference in this fight. So I like Ramiz to win the fight, but minus 375 is a little steep. So let's see what other let's see what the double chance is or method of victory. See, double chance. Brahima to win by submission or on points is minus 280, so that really don't help. You can take by submission or KT or TKO at minus 150. Let's see about method of victory. You can get Brahima to win by submission at minus 105. That's what I'm going to go with. I think he's going to submit this. I think he's going to submit Gilmore. I'm going to go by submission at the minus 105. Like I said, I'll give out my official picks tomorrow, but that's what I like the best is the by submission. All right, next fight is Alejandro Perez against Jonathan Martinez. Perez is a plus 198 underdog. Martinez is a minus 250 favorite. Perez is 32 years old. He's 22-8. He has good volume striking, good wrestling. He has 7 wins by decision, 9 wins by knockout or TKO, 6 wins by submission, coming off a win by submission over Johnny Eduardo. Martinez is 27 years old. He is 14-4. He has good volume striking, good power, good wrestling, real good kicks. He has a 3-inch reach advantage in this fight. He has 5 wins by submission, 7 wins by knockout or TKO, and 2 wins by submission. I like Jonathan Martinez to win this fight. If I do the minus 250, I'll do it in a parlay. So I think this fight would be a real good parlay option. Let's see what the double chance is here. Martinez to win by knockout, TKO, or on points is at minus 210. I think this is going to be a real good fight. Like I said, I favor Martinez in this fight. At minus 250, I'd probably use it in a parlay. I think it's a real good fight to use in the parlay. All right, next fight is Perez Ziem against Terrence McKinney. Ziem is a minus 128 favorite. McKinney is a plus 104 underdog. Ziem is 24 years old. He's 12-3. He has 3 wins by decision, 4 wins by knockout or TKO, 5 wins by submission. His takedown defense is questionable. He has a 1.5 reach advantage. He's a pretty well-balanced fighter. Won his last fight by decision over Luigi Vendramini. Terrence McKinney is 27 years old. He's 11-3. He has good wrestling, good power. He has 5 wins by knockout or TKO, 6 wins by submission. And he won his last fight by TKO versus Matt Favola. I like the underdog in this fight. I think McKinney's power and his wrestling are going to be the difference in this fight. He'll use his striking to get to his wrestling, and then with his, he can go from there. He can go with the ground and pound or submissions. I mean, he's proven that he can submit people. He has 6 submissions in his career. So I like Terrence McKinney here at the plus 104 on the money line. Next fight we have on the prelims is Ramona Pascal against Josiane Nunes. Nunes is a minus 220 favorite. Pascal is a plus 176 underdog. Pascal is 33 years old. She's 6-2. Won last fight by TKO over Shamir Peshua. Just her UFC debut. She has 1 win by decision, 4 wins by knockout or TKO, and 1 win by submission. Nunes is 8-1, has 1 win by decision, 7 wins by knockout or TKO. She has good power. She won her last fight by knockout over Malecki. The only question about Nunes is her endurance, conditioning, because she just comes out and charges at you. And so if you can weather that first storm, then you have a chance against her, because she slows down in the second and third round. But even saying that, I think Nunes is going to win this fight. I think Nunes is going to win by finish. So this is another one that I would use. You could use in a parlay at the minus 220. Let's see. Where you can get Nunes to win by knockout or TKO or on points at minus 195. I would probably do that just to get a little better odds. Method of victory. You get Nunes to win by knockout or TKO at plus 100. That's what I like here, because I think that's how she's going to win this fight. Is by knockout. That's what I would lean toward on this fight, is Nunes to win by knockout or TKO, and you get that at plus money. You get that at basically even money for Josiane Nunes to win over Pascal by KO or TKO. All right, let's move on to the next fight. Last fight of the prelims is Ignacio Bahamondes against Zhu Rong. Rong Zhu. Bahamondes is a minus 215 favorite. Zhu is a plus 172 underdog. Bahamondes is 24 years old. He's 12-4. Has 3 wins by decision, 9 wins by KO or TKO. He has a 4.5-inch reach advantage, and he's 3-2 his last 5. And he has good takedown defense. Zhu is 21 years old, 18-4, well-rounded fighter, 4-1 last 5, good wrestling, has 12 wins by KO or TKO, 4 wins by submission, 1 win by decision. I think Zhu wins this fight. Zhu's going to use his striking. He's not afraid to eat a couple strikes to get inside, to get to his striking, and to get to his takedowns. I think this is probably going to be a good fight, but I like Zhu in this fight. I know he's the underdog. I'll roll with the underdog at the plus 172. All right, that's all the prelims for Saturday night. Now let's jump over to the main card. All right. UFC Fight Night main card. First fight in the main card is our man Petrosyan against Gregory Rodriguez. Petrosyan is plus 138 on the money line, plus 138 underdog. Rodriguez is a minus 170 favorite. Petrosian is 31 years old. He's 7-1, has great kicks. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He has good power, 6 wins by knockout or TKO. He won his last fight by TKO over Kalon Kalev. What I like, and then you have Rodriguez, who's 30 years old. He's 11-3. He has great boxing, 2-inch reach advantage, 2 wins by decision, 5 wins by knockout or TKO. He's 4-1 in his last 5, has good wrestling, 4 wins by submission, won his last fight by TKO over Young Park. I like Gregory Rodriguez in this fight at the minus 170 on the money line, and also like for this fight not to go to distance. I think Rodriguez is going to win this fight by finish. All right, next fight is Arman Tsarian against Joel Alvarez. Tsarian is a minus 220 favorite. Alvarez is a plus 176 underdog. Tsarian is 25 years old, 17-2, 4-1 his last 5. Won last fight by TKO over Gallegos. He has 6 wins by decision, 6 wins by knockout or TKO, 5 wins by submission. Good wrestling. He's a well-rounded fighter. Alvarez is 19-2, 3 wins by knockout or TKO, 16 wins by submission. He has a 4.5 reach advantage. He won his last fight by TKO over Thiago Moises. I like Tsarian in this fight to win by decision. All right, next fight is Jiyeon Kim against Priscilla Cachoeira. Kim is 32 years old. She's 9-4-2, 3-4 in the UFC. Puts out good volume striking. She has 4 wins by decision, 2 wins by KO or TKO, and 3 wins by submission. Cachoeira is 33 years old, 10-4, 4 wins by decision, 6 wins by KO or TKO. Has weak wrestling. I think Kim's going to win this fight. I think Kim's wrestling is going to be a little bit of the difference. Kim will get this fight to the ground where she can have a good chance of getting a submission or a finish. So I like Kim at the minus 172 on the money line. Next, we have Misha Sirkunov against Wellington Turman. Sirkunov is 34 years old, 15-7. Lost last fight by decision to Jotko. Has good grappling, 5-inch reach advantage in this fight. 2 wins by decision, 4 wins by knockout or TKO, and 9 wins by submission. Wellington Turman is 17-5. Won his last fight by decision over Sam Alvey. 6 wins by decision, 4 wins by knockout or TKO, 7 wins by submission. I think Turman's the better fighter on the feet. If this fight goes to the ground and Sirkunov gets a hold of him, Turman could be in trouble. I think Sirkunov's grappling is going to be the difference in this fight. I like Sirkunov at the minus 122 on the money line. And then in the main event of the evening, we have Islam Makhachev against Bobby Green. Makhachev is a minus 950 favorite. Bobby Green is a plus 590 underdog. Makhachev is 30 years old. He's 21-1. Good grappling, well-rounded fighter. Has 8 wins by decision, 3 wins by knockout or TKO, 10 wins by submission. Bobby Green is 35 years old. He's 29-12-1. He's a high-volume striker. He has 11 wins by decision, 9 wins by knockout, 9 wins by submission. Bobby Green isn't no slouch. I'm kind of surprised that Makhachev is this big of a favorite. But I mean, I like Makachev here. I think Makachev is going to be the next champion in this weight division. But 950 on the money line, just too much. Makachev to win by KO, TKO, or on points is at plus 140. KO, TKO, or submission is at minus 260. So that's better odds. That would be something maybe to use in a parlay. That's what I lean toward. Is for him to win by for knockout, TKO, or submission at the minus 260. All right, that's all the UFC fights on the main card. We broke down the prelims in the main card. I will give out my my official picks tomorrow on tomorrow's Easy Money, a sports betting show, and I'll actually and I'll also give out a parlay. I was 8-1 on UFC last Saturday, so hoping to stay hot this Saturday. All right, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch with Easy Money, a sports betting show. We're giving out winners. Come join us. We broke. All right, whoa! Actually, we're not done yet. Almost signed out before we were done. That's the end of the UFC fight. I gotta give out my picks of the day. All right, college basketball today. I like Colorado -6 over Arizona State. We'll take Illinois -6 versus Ohio State. UCLA -3 over Oregon. IU -6.5 over Maryland. Murray State -3 over Belmont. And Gonzaga -10 against San Francisco. And then in the NBA tonight, I like the Phoenix Suns -10 over the Thunder. The Grizzlies money line against the T-Wolves. The Bulls -3.5 against the Hawks. And the Warriors -10 against the Blazers. That's my picks of the day for today. I'll recap those real quick. In the NBA, I like the Warriors -10, the Bulls -3.5, the Suns -10, the Grizzlies money line. And then in college basketball, I like Gonzaga -10, Murray State -3, Indiana -6.5, UCLA -3, Illinois -6, and Colorado -6. That's my picks of the day for the NBA and college basketball tonight. I'll give out my official picks for the UFC fight night, Makachev against Green tomorrow. We broke down all the main prelims and main event. Hope that information is useful for everybody. Like I said, don't forget, we're live 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Easy Money, a sports betting show, Monday through Friday. Come join us. We're giving out winners. Also, we're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. Come join us for that. Hey, if you got somebody listening that's interested in maybe coming on the show and talking some sports betting or coming on GSR and talking sports, hey, I'm looking for some more people to come on the show. I'd like to get where there's usually 2 or 3 people on the show. Hopefully the guys that were with me daily start getting back here, but hey, if not, I have to find some more people to start at least coming on the show some. If you'd be interested in coming on the show talking sports, hit me up on social media, Facebook, Christy Gonzalez, or on the at Gonzo Sports Room social medias on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit me up and I'll get with you. You can also find GSR and Easy Money, a sports betting show, in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Also, we have a new pro wrestling podcast out, GWR, Gonzo's Wrestling Room. It's a weekly pro wrestling podcast that drops on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find it, as well as you can find the video version on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. You can find it in the podcast networks at GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. New episodes drop every Sunday at 9 a.m. We just dropped our 5th episode last week, Sunday. It was a great episode. We had special guest pro wrestler Big Whiskey Jared Kripke join us. We talked AEW, WWE, independent wrestling, NXT, Impact. Go watch it. You won't be disappointed. New episode will drop this Sunday at 9 a.m. So be looking out for that. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room, where we post everything about our shows, our daily picks for Easy Money, a sports betting show, any big show announcements, all get posted there. Follow us on YouTube. Please hit that. Follow us on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell so you get notifications of when we're live so you don't miss it. If you're watching on Facebook and Twitch, please hit the follow and like buttons. We greatly appreciate it. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports /merch. We have t-shirts, hats, hoodies, long sleeve tees. You can see some of the t-shirts here behind me. We had a new Easy Money t-shirt drop about a week ago. Go check it out and get yourself some GWR, GSR, and Easy Money gear today. We greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, if you live in Indiana and you can make it to Danville, Indiana, this Sunday afternoon. Doors open at 2, bell times at 3. WPW 6, Warrior Pro Wrestling. They got a stacked card. If you can get there, come join us. We will be there live. We'd love to see you guys. We'd love to pack the house and see everybody in person. But hey, if you live too far or something happens, you can't make it to Danville, Indiana, we have you covered. We will be streaming the event live on our YouTube and Twitch channel at Gonzo Sports Room. So come join us Sunday, 3 p.m. for some live pro wrestling. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, the sports betting show. And then we will see you again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern for GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody's having a great week. Be safe. See you tomorrow. Peace.